Salary and benefits are always touchy topics in a job search. When do you bring them up? How do you bring them up? And what about when you're offered the position, yet the salary or benefits just aren't where you need or want to be? That's when it's time to start negotiations. But then you're stuck again. How do you negotiate the best offer without scaring off the employer? In case you think that negotiations for salary and more are uncommon, you may be surprised to hear that many employers and job seekers feel salary negotiation is a critical step in the hiring process. One survey stated that almost 90% of the companies queried were open to negotiating salary. And it doesn't matter how experienced you are in your career, anyone can negotiate a better offer. It's all about building rapport, sharing your value, and being open to compromise. When possible, it's best to allow the employer to open the conversation about salary and benefits. Some may ask you how much you're looking to make, potentially on an application or perhaps during the initial phone screen. If you provide a salary range, and it should always be a range, before knowing what the employer is willing to pay, you could leave yourself with very little room to negotiate the best offer. The best approach is to allow the employer to start the conversation about salary and benefits. If you asked your salary goal, answer with a question such as, "What's your budget for this position?" They may not want to play this game though, so be sure you've completed your research on appropriate salary ranges for your area, industry, and title before you begin interviewing. Don't start to negotiate an offer prior to receiving the actual job offer. If you start to barter during the phone screening, you'll have nothing to fall back on if you are offered a position. The employer doesn't know you yet, and you've done little to highlight the value you can provide, apart from what's on your resume or LinkedIn profile. But if you are provided with the salary range in your first conversation and it doesn't fit with where you want to be, you have two options. For instance, if the position is paying $80,000 to $100,000 and you know you want to make $150,000, you probably won't have much room to negotiate. In that case, it may be best to walk away. But if you can handle that range, stick with it. Research is a vital component of a successful job search, and it crops up again and again throughout the process. First, you'll research the appropriate job title, company, and industry. Next, you'll research the company and employees prior to your interview. And now, you'll be researching salary and benefits at the company where you're interviewing, as well as in your industry, at your level, and in your region. There are several places to research comparable salaries, including Glassdoor, Fishbowl, and the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. You should always be ready with a salary range that you're targeting. Be sure to take into account not only what you find in your research online, but also where you live and your level of experience. These all factor into the salary you should expect. If an employer provides you with a range in an offer, you'll have this research to fall back on, knowing if they're competitive, or you can provide a counteroffer. Your research is not all about numbers though. You should also understand the person who's making the offer. After all, you're negotiating with a person, not an entity. Learn a little about them and their interests so you can establish the beginnings of a relationship. The more the person across the table likes you, the better your chances of gaining traction in your efforts to negotiate the best offer. Research and numbers are the start of your salary negotiation, but they aren't everything. In addition to building rapport with the employer, it's imperative that you can highlight the value you will provide to the company if they choose you. Even if you're at the top of their shortlist, if you're only in it for the money, they can find someone else who isn't. Remember that we all want to work with people we like, value, and respect. If you are unable to demonstrate those characteristics throughout the interview process, you'll be unlikely to secure an offer and negotiate the salary and benefits you want. Your value will include components such as Of course, you'll also want to draw attention to the other specific qualities the company is hiring for and how you can fulfill those needs. These are all areas that make you a better candidate than the competition. While salary is the way most candidates negotiate the best offer, there are many other factors to consider. If you're really interested in this position or company, you are probably looking for a host of benefits to make you comfortable accepting the offer. These might include As you develop a package that works for you, prioritize what's most important and where you're willing to bend. If you have something on your list that is important and non-negotiable, don't compromise on it, and let the employer know how you feel about those line items. At every step along the interview process, it's imperative to maintain your enthusiasm for the company and your ability to benefit them. This can be as simple as expressing your gratitude and keeping a smile on your face. Always be polite and positive, and no matter what the outcome of your efforts is, thank the employer for their consideration. What if you've done everything you can to negotiate the best offer, maintain positivity, and highlighted your value, yet you're still no closer to where you want to be? You could just walk away, sure, but if this is the company and role you have your heart set on, you may want to try one more option: compromise. Perhaps the company cannot offer you a higher salary or more PTO days annually. Can they offer you a signing bonus? With so many open positions, this is an ideal time to ask for a signing bonus when a salary bump isn't feasible. Another option is to look toward your future with this company. You are both investing in each other, so let them know you're in it and committed by asking for a raise at the 6-month mark. This works well if you're close to the salary you want, but not quite there. By proving to the employer your commitment and taking a few months to truly demonstrate the value you can provide, you'll have more than earned that raise. Just be sure you have all the specifics written down before you start. While the entire job search process can be nerve-wracking, the part that trips up most seekers is negotiating for the best offer. Don't do yourself a disservice by avoiding it, though. You can successfully negotiate the best offer by following some simple tips. Let the employer bring up the topic of salary first. Don't start negotiations before you have a written offer. Complete research on compensation for your industry, the position, and the company before you start interviewing. Focus on the value you can provide when they invest in you. Develop and offer a complete benefits package, including what is and isn't negotiable for you. Be prepared to answer pointed questions the employer may pose. Maintain your enthusiasm and positivity throughout negotiations. If the salary is non-negotiable, try compromising for a signing bonus or raise. And if the offer that's presented to you isn't what you want or need to comfortably accept the position, it's okay to walk away. You need to do what's right for you and your career goals.